Journal now.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Rangers Journal. I'm Scott Mackay and I'm here to give you the lowdown on St Johnstone ahead of the Scottish Premiership clash against Rangers at Ibrox tomorrow at 8 p.m. So basically St Johnstone sit at 10th in the table just now, this just after sacking Craig Levein on the 18th of September after a run of 4 defeats. They've had one win all season, that was away at Kilmarnock in a 3-0 victory, and they've drew against Ross County as well. Very stop-start season. They're averaging about 2.4 goals conceded per game. Adama Sidibe is probably the main man to watch out for. He's had 2 goals this season along with Nicky Clark and Kim Pioka. Adama Sidibe was linked with Aberdeen in the summer after they sold Bojan Majowski, so it's worth keeping in mind that he might be a threat if he plays tomorrow, that is, if he's injury-free. So St Johnstone have conceded a total of 15 goals in the last 5 matches, as you can see here. A 2-0 defeat away at Dundee United, 2-1 defeat at home to Motherwell, a 2-0 defeat away to Hibs, 3-3 draw at Ross County, and then the 6-0 gubbin for Celtic last weekend. They're not in a very good place. They've just appointed Simo Valkari, I think you pronounce his name. He's come in with a bit of an indifferent CV, I think it's fair to say. He's managed in Finland quite a bit. He's managed in Latvia. He joined St Johnstone from FC Riga. He tends to play a 4-3-3 formation. He's won a Finnish championship. He's 3-time winner of the Finnish Cup. He's also a League Cup winner in Finland as well. So he joins with an impressive CV, and it looks to me as if St Johnstone are trying to emulate the appointment of Jimmy Taylor at Aberdeen. Aberdeen went out in summer and done something a wee bit different, to a different approach, instead of appointing a young Scottish manager from within. But what's interesting about this appointment is that is different in the sense of this guy comes in with a semi-decent CV, he plays a different style of football that we're probably not going to be used to seeing in the SPFL, especially off of St Johnstone. As I say, he likes to play a 4-3-3 and he likes to press high up the park. But Andy Kirk and Alec Cleland are still in charge of tomorrow, so I'm wondering what kind of attack we're actually going to see and what kind of tactics we're going to see and what influence the new manager has had on St Johnstone so far. I think that's fair to say. This should be a routine victory for Rangers at Ibrox, but with St Johnstone having the new manager bounce and this guy's got a semi-impressive CV, you just never know. This is the average positioning charts of, on the left-hand side is St Johnstone at home to Celtic last weekend, where you can see they're quite narrow, they're quite defensive. Basically, they were camped in their own half for most of the match. And on the right-hand side is Simo Valkari's average positioning for a 6-1 home win that they had. And as you can see, they're attacking quite a bit in this chart. They're a lot wider. Their centre-halves are a lot higher. They've got a CDM in number 14 that obviously tends to stay around about there. And number 9 looks as if he drops deep. So that tells you that there's going to be quite a lot of rotation if the managers manage to have an influence over St Johnstone in training this week. It all depends. He's a former Motherwell midfielder. He also played for Derby County, and he's got I think he was a DM himself. He was a number 6 himself. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of St Johnstone team turns up tomorrow. I don't think they're going to come in and camp in if the new manager has managed to have an influence this week on team selection and tactics. I don't see them, however, being much of a threat. If they do come at Rangers, then I think that this will be an opportunity for Rangers to really get some goals and finish off getting into this international break on a more positive high than what we've managed the last time, obviously with the 3-0 defeat away to Celtic before the last international break, and that was kind of hanging over us during that. So it's important to go into this with a win. and especially the disappointment of the Leon match as well. We really need to get in and fix that out and change the narrative again. We need to start going on a run of victories, and I think that might be something that Philippe Clement could find quite hard this season. In terms of starting 11, I would probably go with Butland in goal, Casemiro at right back, Propper Suter just for that continuity, with Jeff Day at left back. Then I would go with Barron and Diamonde in the middle of the park. I think Diamonde in the half spaces, for what we can see from these slides here, is going to be quite important in terms of finding space. But the team really needs to start finding Diamonde in these positions so that he can turn and spray the ball wide or go forward between the lines. It's really, really difficult to tell. I quite fancy Ross McCausland to start at right wing tomorrow, with Yanis Hadji in the 10 and by Rami on the left-hand side. I think it's time for Yanis Hadji to come in just to get, as Dean says on the short video earlier today, for come on to get some credit in the bank with the supporters. We've got a player there that's capable of beating a low block with his vision and his passing, and I think it's about time we start to use him now that the contract issues have been resolved. There's no starting spot for Dujon Sterling, right enough that. I don't know where we're going to go with Sterling. I think he's a bit of an enigma with this. Can play all over the park. He can sit in midfield. He can go centre back, left back, right wing, left wing. I think we really need to find a position for him on the pitch and start playing them there. And with a mission of James Tavernier on Thursday night, I think tomorrow is an opportunity for the manager to basically lay a marker down and say that Tav, I don't think Tav's been playing his best this season. I think that's fair to say. I think it's time he comes out of the team and fights for a jersey. We all know James Tavernier's got ability on his day, but it's important we start seeing more of that. So we'll just need to wait and see what lineup comes out tomorrow, and hopefully Rangers can. My prediction is probably that Rangers are going to come out with a 2 or 3-0 win going into international break. Probably go with Hamza Agaman up front as well. Going by, if you look at Riga here on the right hand side, like I say, they play high up the park. They are second in the league. It's a completely different proposition from St Johnstone, but this manager doesn't like to sit back and defend. So he believes in motivation and believing in his players that they can go and play. From what I've read about him this morning anyway, that's the type of impression I get. So hopefully you've liked the video. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe. Please follow us over on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. And we'll be back tomorrow night with a post-match reaction. See you guys then. Cheers.